Hello, you're listening to Tequila Shots. I am G1. The space of technology is ever evolving, and I, as a tech enthusiast, find it pretty hard to keep up with the rapid pace at which it evolves. So, the idea of this podcast is to provide a one-stop solution for people like me with a roundup of everything that's happening in the space of technology in less than 10 minutes every week. We're going to look at the developments in the space of artificial intelligence and machine learning, what's brewing in the coffee machines of the tech giants, gaming, and much more. This podcast is going to be devoid of opinion. It's just the information that you need to know. So without further ado, let's dive deep in. We begin this podcast with our AI and ML segment. Robots are one step closer to performing their set at a stand-up comedy show. John is the brainchild of Mr. Fitter, an assistant professor in the School of Mechanical, Industrial and Manufacturing Engineering at Oregon State University. This robot is learning how to respond based on the reaction of the audience to its set of jokes. It can also vary the timing of its delivery based on the length of the audience's laughter and append different responses to jokes based on the level of noise in the room. However, the fundamental set of the robot continues to be the set of pre-fed jokes. Finding a way to teach machines to build their own jokes and be funny on their own would be a major breakthrough and fundamentally reshape the way we relate to the devices around us. Meta's new state-of-the-art self-supervised framework, Audio-Visual Hidden Unit BERT, or AV-Hubert as it's called, will understand speech not just by hearing it but also by looking at people speak. It is the first system to jointly model speech and lip movements from raw videos which have not already been transcribed. This system is stated to be 75% more accurate than the best audiovisual speech recognition systems that already exist. By incorporating data on both visual lip movement and spoken language, Meta's AV-Hubert will bring assistance closer to human-level speech perception. Remember that a self-supervised framework is a model that generates labels by exploiting unlabeled data. Moving on to news coming in straight from the Silicon Valley, Apple for the first time has let other payment providers into their App Store. In compliance with the Dutch mandate, the iPhone maker officially let dating apps in the Netherlands use other payment services in the App Store, marking the first time it's ever allowed outside payment providers in their store. However, Apple has released new guidelines for app developers in the Netherlands wanting to introduce third-party payment systems on their apps, and it says that it will continue to take a cut on each in-app purchase, even those conducted through alternate payment systems. Remember that Apple and Google continue to face increasing scrutiny by regulatory boards across the globe over the commission that the two charge from the app developers on their respective app stores. Samsung recently announced its new premium mobile processor Exynos 2200 with an aim to redefine mobile gaming experience. In a Samsung newsroom blog post, it says that the Exynos 2200 is a freshly designed mobile processor with a powerful AMD RDNA2 architecture-based Samsung Eclipse GPU. According to the company, this processor is one of the first in the market to integrate ARM's latest ARM v9 CPU cores, which offer a substantial improvement over ARM v8 in terms of security and performance. Moving on to what's making news in the world of cybersecurity, the World Economic Forum's Global Security Outlook 2022 said that the accelerating pace of digitization fueled by the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a record-breaking year for cybercrime. Ransomware attacks rose 151% in 2021, with an average of 270 cyber attacks per organization. It further went on to say that every successful cyber breach cost a company nearly $3.6 million last year, while the average share price of the hacked company underperformed Nasdaq by nearly 3% even 6 months after the event went public. The survey conducted in collaboration with Accenture found that nearly 2/3 found it challenging to respond to a cybersecurity incident due to the shortage of security skills within their team. News from the cryptic world of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin payment service provider BitPay recently told Bloomberg that transactions made in Bitcoin towards merchants that use BitPay tumbled to around 65% of payments in 2021, a sharp drop from 92% in 2020. This shift away from Bitcoin happened partly due to the preference for stable coins, which are cryptocurrencies pegged to a real-world asset like gold or the dollar and are designed in a manner to maintain a stable price over time. In other news, PayPal is exploring the launch of its own stablecoin as a part of its cryptocurrency push. The senior vice president of crypto and digital currencies at PayPal, Jose Fernandez, said, and I quote, "We are exploring a stablecoin. If and when we seek to move forward, we will of course work closely with relevant regulators." Remember, PayPal isn't the first technology giant to explore launching its own coin. Meta has been helping develop a stable coin called Dime, while Visa in recent months allowed a stable coin backed by the US dollar to settle a transaction within its network. News from the gaming industry. Microsoft has agreed to buy Call of Duty video game maker Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion in cash, the largest deal in the sector, making the Xbox maker the third largest gaming company by revenue. Microsoft's offer of $95 per share is at a premium of 45% to Activision's Friday close. Shares of Activision were up nearly 38% at $65.39. before being halted for news. The CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, said in a statement, and I quote, "Gaming is the most dynamic and exciting category in entertainment across all platforms today and will play a key role in the development of metaverse platform," end quote. Remember last week, rival video game publisher 2Take Interactive Software said it would buy Farmville creator Zynga in an $11 billion cash and stock deal, marking one of the biggest industry-wide acquisitions of all time. And one piece of cheerful story to end this podcast. A Tamil Nadu couple is all set to host India's first wedding reception in metaverse. The digital reception of Dinesh SP and Janaganandini Ramaswamy will happen in a Hogwarts-themed virtual event. Chennai-based startup 30verse is spearheading this project, developing it based on Polygon technology blockchain. Dinesh is gifting this to his wife-to-be, where an avatar of her dad who passed away last April will make a special appearance to give them his blessings. Technology truly connecting hearts and minds on that story. With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Tequila Shots. Do let me know your feedback and how this podcast could be improved. I'll see you next week. Until then, have your smarty pants on.